And what is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 4 on Lawfolds. Would love for an Irish guy to actually tell me how to say that. I've got my own feeling that it's something like Lawfolds or something quick, not southern drawn out. But anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. Good to see you guys in chat. Tractor, Matt, how you doing? Scott, good to see you. Carolina Farming, what is going on, guys? This is obviously this is the new map. We got an update on this. Pretty much everything else that was in there was useless this week. But anyway, a couple of things that were fixed in this map were, I believe they put some gates at the ends to keep you from getting stuck inside of the fields and having to drive around. And then the other thing was they fixed animals. So now they're no longer static animals just sitting lifeless in the in the pasture. So I was like, I couldn't believe that was in there. But to begin with, but anyway, they have fixed that. So hopefully we shouldn't really have any more problems with this map. This map was pretty solid to begin with. So I really don't look for us to have to run down that road anymore. So was kind of actually trying to look through. It took me forever to download this map, so I was kind of trying to look through and see where I was before. A couple of things I was going to do today. I actually got this started off. Let me actually get this up to real time. Was going to do some more, but actually today I wanted to at least keep some workers going. I definitely want to go grab the. I want to buy. Let me find it. Yes, the Pronto. I know me and one of the other guys in chat, one of the other guys in chat had to actually, we were going over this Pronto 9DC, using it instead of what I'm currently using now, which is the big Amazon Condor, and then I'm using that with the Cockerling 15 meter expansive cultivator. Don't really necessarily know that I like it. It works, but these fields are huge, so the other thing that I want to do is actually get a trailer, and I want to actually trailer down. And I'm just going to go ahead and get back in this because I need to get this back to the shop, or actually get this back to the farm. As we run over a hedge there, it's all right. Actually, maybe want to look at maybe getting an animal carrier, just at least right on the forefront here. I want to get some more sheep in there, get some wool production up, because I don't have really much going on with sheep right now. I figured at best all I'm going to do on this map is sheep and cows. I'm not really the least bit interested in doing pigs, and I'll tell you why. It's because I hate putting random crop on the ground without a place to actually properly store it. You probably could put something. Make sure this is my right turn. Yes, it is. Without putting, other crops like the corn, canola, your beet crop, any of that root crop, any of those kind of stuff, sugar beets, potatoes, just laying them over the ground is not exactly what I like to do. I mean, I like to have somewhere to put them just to proverbially kind of keep them dry. And that does not look like that's going to be very easy unless I waste storage that I really want to keep around the farm. I really want to keep that storage open and up for me to keep vehicles in it and not crops. So hopefully, I think sheep and cow are going to be good. Scott, I read yours earlier when you were asking if we got the new map this week. Your guess is as good as any of ours. It is being rumored on the forums that DLC should be coming out this month, which we are, a third of the way through the month. So I don't know if an update or not an update, but a little hype video or something might come out in the next couple of days. I can only hope so. As to whether or not it actually does, yeah, I don't know. This is Giants we're talking to, and they pretty much keep mum. So I guess my first thing was, any of you guys that are in chat here, or are any of you or some of you, are you guys on this map? Have you done it yet? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's some of your just initial knee-jerk reactions on this map? No, there is not any talk. I've been kind of like scouring through, and I always search DLC. There's lots of guys that are giving their what they think ought to be on it. But you know as well as I do that typically that's that's just not that's not. Oh man, I forgot I made this turn right here. There we go. I don't even know if this is the right. Oh shoot, that's the wrong one. It's been a few days since I've been on this map. I actually went back to Lawsburg and tried that one, so did some silage on that map. Let me get this thing turned around here, and I'll finish that thought. I think I had it right to begin with. Yep. But there, I've been looking to see if there's any kind of talk on DLC. There's not been anything. There's nothing on Twitter. There's nothing on Facebook. There's nothing from anybody else is leaking out. It's just like DLC mum's the word right now. Um, you would figure that a map is probably not in the question or not in the answer to that. I would be very surprised to see anything like that. I would look for a particular vehicle pack, a brand pack. I mean, that's what I would expect because that's what they've done in every single other farm sim. Release is the first one's always been some type of a tractor mod that extends the game. For 15, I believe the first one was like I want to say the first one, aside from like that little Lamborghini trailer or tractor, was the JCB pack, and kind of the same idea happened with 14 as well. So I mean, I don't know what brand they would be bringing in. I know like I said, man, your guess is as good as mine because I wouldn't have a clue. That's interesting, Mario. Well, this is my first time running the update. Actually, let me just go and get this guy, finish up this field here. This will be my first time running the map since the update. Is there something in particular that is killing your that's killing the crash? Is it doing something? Kubota would be awesome. We've actually got a Kubota dealer right up the road. They got some Honker tractors out there too. Some big ones. It might be. Actually, if you say that, I believe the dealer that's selling all Kubota now used to be a John Deere dealer. Now, I'm not exactly sure why he's selling all Kubota now, but that really doesn't really matter. Just say frequently on this map. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I would do that. So anytime I get a good amount of work here going on, I will definitely take that in consideration. He said, now I have not actually dove into this map at all, but he said he put gates at the ends to keep you from getting basically locked up in the field. That's the way I took it. I don't know. I don't know. You could even provide some insight on that one, Mario. If there seems to be that there's some more gates in the field that wasn't there before. Now I'll go ahead and get these guys going and do some of this cultivating right quick, as the because pretty much I know all of my. See, this is oh dang. All right, so that's what's gonna happen now. Sometimes I have noticed. Now this was before, and I don't know if it's something to do with the road or what. But sometimes when you have a diagonally cut in like this one is, let's see, what field is this? This is 27. So you can see right there where the letter J is, right north of that, you've got that little slant in the field. Sometimes that little slant in the field can kill you whenever you're trying to actually get back up and do a turn with the worker. I don't know why, but the worker will stop right short of the triangle point. I guess it's not registering that there's anything there for it to cut, so it assumes that it's done and it quits its task. So I would really like to see those kind of things fixed, but that's general update stuff. That's not, I would love to see some really great game workings for DLC, but you know, this stuff is like just general update. I know they've been also. Uh, who completed a task? Oh boy, that might mean I have to do this whole entire field. Well, that's not gonna happen. Let's see. Let me just try going, doing the old circle around here and see if this fixes the issue. I don't even exactly know what I was even talking about there. Sorry guys. Just got totally just off my train of thought there. Y'all throw me a keyword and let me know what I was talking about. I'll finish that thought. I knew it was going somewhere. Yeah, I can just about assure y'all, unless something major happens, John Deere will not be in the game. I would like for it to be, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I know I had alluded to it in my last stream. I had alluded to the fact that we saw that Lumberjack, Professional Lumberjack 2017, whatever it was. I watched the video on it. It's actually on the PlayStation Store. That you can actually buy it out of there. They've got a video with it, man. It looked horrible. I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I mean, you think the logs and the stuff in Farm Sim is buggy, man. Whew. Well, that really puts it into perspective. Alright, so let's get this guy, let's get him all taken care of here. I do have to say, when it comes to this map versus anything else that we've had so far, if I was to compare, I like the farming of this. I wish the fields were a little bit smaller. What is going on, Patrick? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just kind of catching you up. Just kind of doing a little synopsis on this map and just obviously continuing work on it. But just I was just fixing to kind of give what my personal opinion is. I like Lawfolds. The one thing that I wish the fields were just a tad bit smaller. I could make them smaller if I wanted to, just by halving them, cutting them in half, whatever. Erasing part of that field to create some boundaries in there. It's got a nice flavor to it. It's huge. I do like the expansiveness of the map. There are some cool areas on here that are generally not, we'll call those the roads less traveled. But I do like this map better than some of the other ones. I know one of my buddies had said, just wait till, Fichtenberg or Fichtelberg, whatever the name of that map is. Talking about he was really liking that one over, like, say, Lostburg, because he said it has the same type of feel. I actually got on YouTube and just kind of scoured through some random stuff on there. I actually watched a lot of just kind of test videos on old streams, and I know, Scott, I think you're the one that's you're the big proponent of that one, and yeah, man, that map is the stuff, man. It looks really good. Have you heard, Scott? Are they even planning on bringing that to console? Or is there any life to that rumor, or is that just you would love to see it? Alright, so Tractor says, FTG, did you know the Case New Holland World Headquarters is in Ransom, Michigan? No, I sure did not. That's pretty cool, though. Alright, let's see. Let's get this out of the field. Go ahead and dump this out. Then I think I've got the two fields beside me. I will say the best thing I ever did was spending the money. Go ahead and I enjoyed working with the 35-foot header. Um, it was fun at first, but I'm really glad I got this 45. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Ian? Welcome. And Scott says, yes, he does love old streams, and yes, it's coming soon. It's in the works, about 80% done. And I assume you mean 80% done as in the map actual creation, is what I'm assuming you mean. Because I figured at some point that would become a something that would completely jam up the forums. I think there'll be a lot of positive support for that one. It's called Old Streams, and there is a ton of there's been a ton of some streams and some test streams that have been going on. There's a couple guys obviously have access with the developers, and they've been doing some testing on it, and it looks phenomenal. It's a smaller map, but the areas, it's kind of reminiscent of Coldborough. Just doesn't have that staunch kind of European feel, I guess would be the right word. Yeah, it's the roads are still, everything just looks old. I mean, it just looks like an old rural farm town. I mean, it's I don't know, it's really good. There's tons of videos on it, so it's definitely something that's probably going to get some steam once it kind of once they start hyping it and promoting it online. I guarantee it's going to pick up a lot of steam. Yes. Yeah, Ian, I did see the fence mod. We did get an update for Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire. That was we got that, and then yeah, we got that update with the the fence mod, which is totally pointless. Ugh, some of the stuff they do, man. I would have much rather seen the vehicle shelter that was in there. I mean, I'm kind of like ticked that they gave us all these great vehicle shelters as general default stuff inside the game, and then all of a sudden just completely backed away from that and have not decided to give any more placeables or building placeables, because some of those building placeables look really, really, really good. I'm kind of surprised they put a fence mod in console. I mean, I could see it in PC just because you could do map editor and add in fencing if you absolutely wanted to. But I'm definitely kind of surprised that they gave that for console, because that's such a weird mod to give, because I don't think anybody's really going to be taking and placing old rusty gates. Most of the stuff for us is aggravating because all these gates and fences screw us up more than they screw PC guys up. So yeah, you used the fence mod. Yeah, I have no idea, Carolina. For those maybe watching later, don't have chat up. Carolina's asked the comments that when would there be any American maps, kind of ticking me off. There is one they're working on. It's called Chesapeake Bay. Hey, what's going on, Ants? Oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just calling it like I see it and having a good time. And so, okay, so Tractor, you're saying it might be a remake on Farm Sim 8 or 9. I can look that up and find out. And especially if you guys want to, check out some of the videos sometime. I forget the guy's name. He kind of sounds like an older guy, but he's pretty good streamers. Real low key and real, just kind of easy listening to watch. I had to it might be the Eustace Farm or something like that. He's pretty popular. I mean, he's got a lot of subs and whatnot, but I think he's the one doing old streams right now. And this is 417, so you're getting to see a lot of the stuff. But all the buildings and the modeling that they've done, it looks really good. Looks really top notch. Okay, so Scott's saying. Okay, Scott's saying it's from Farm Sim 15. So it might have been a creative map for 15 that they're updating for 17. So At any rate, whenever it was done, it looks good. It's got really great modeled areas. The farm area looks really good. The little in-town kind of areas as you're kind of driving through the map, you've got some of that old kind of community farm type feel to it. I really liked it. I really got a lot out of it. It was really good. Daggerwind that their map is coming to FS2 2017 from 2009. Well, either way, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. That's a good one. And Carolina was brought up, that asking for American maps. There's one. If you get on the forums, and maybe here, if I can get this worker done, I can actually pull it up. It's called Chesapeake. I believe it's called Chesapeake Farms. It seems like it's an early work in progress. I'm not sure exactly what to expect. It seems to be that the creator of the map is a younger kid. It seems that way. It doesn't mean that it necessarily is. I don't know him from Adam, but looks like he's planning on it being like buildings, your basic default areas of cows, sheep, pigs, and then at some point he just has these huge expansive fields. I know some of the early work of progress was like maybe 12 fields. Don't quote me on that completely, but like literally the whole map was out of 12 fields. So I don't, I don't know what to think about that one. I probably would not like that. I think this map in particular is as big as I want to do it. And now I will not be doing some of these fields, but now these square fields I'm interested in because as I get a little bit more money, I'm going to start pulling 2 and 3 harvesters and running like, I would love to, pull out, I definitely will be doing this. This map is going to be perfect for it because it's got the size of actually pulling in, a couple guys and actually doing full 3 or 4 harvester missions with someone running trucks on doing like some of these big fields, like possibly like 23, 25, 6, 7. I thought that would make really, cool multiplayer stream stuff. But this is about as big as I would ever go. I don't. If that Chesapeake Farms goes out there, I will not be. I'll give you my first look and my opinion, and then I'll close it down. That'll be it. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. This map's too big. Field's too big. I get too bored with it. I have to go on to something else. I'm still like, still ain't even done like 34. This map, by the way, has not been touched since my last stream, if you guys are wondering. So it's literally a case study and basically a dedicated map for streaming. So any work that gets done on this gets done on the actual stream, which is kind of funny. Yes, and Scott, yes, Fichtenberg is supposed to come out, at least per Farm Sim's tweet. As of a week ago before this map came out, they said that it would release for PC, obviously, but then they did come back and said that it would release for consoles once it was ready. So there's obviously something in there that they needed to neither get out, whether it was some kind of a problem with it. Usually it's a problem with the amount of objects. So that way when you run through the map, you don't have these areas. Actually, let me get to this. There it is. You don't have these areas that completely lock down your PlayStation frame rates. So pretty much everywhere you look. See, I can tell you, like right now, when I'm seeing these forestry areas in my viewpoint here, this is looking towards the sheep pen. When I'm looking that way, I definitely get a drop in frame rates once I get pretty close to it. So those kind of things are things that they're looking out for, and if there's something wrong in those areas, then they have to fix those. PC can generally, can handle that extra stuff that's been thrown in. It might be extra objects, it might be extra trees, it might be custom textured objects that have to be redone for us. A lot of people just don't know what goes into having to actually redo a map for console if it has certain stuff in it. These buildings, now I know some of the PC guys, these buildings look the same, But there's a few instances where buildings and the textures on those buildings are changed because they come from texture sheets. Too many that we can't process and handle with the PlayStation. It's not a problem for PC, but for PlayStation it is. So that's a lot of the reason why we kind of get thrust into some of those issues with them. So hopefully it will. I mean, it looks like a pretty cool map. I haven't really watched much streaming on it, to be honest with you, so I really couldn't give a yay or nay on it because I just really haven't seen much. And I didn't want to get my hopes up in case it was like really good. I didn't want to get my hopes up and be like, yeah, this is going to be great, and then turn out not to get it, because that's so typical and would be so possible. I've done anything on this map whatsoever, been getting my stuff where I want it. Yeah, I've been doing nothing on this map. Sort of south on press the wrong button, actually quit the game. Oh no, that sucked. Yeah, if this is what we're watching, maybe we'll watch later. Tractor said he had, Scott said he hadn't done anything on this map whatsoever, except just getting his stuff where he wants it. I spent quite a few hours doing that myself. And Tractor said he had 3 hours on this map and he wanted to go to the store, sell something, press the wrong button, accidentally quit the game. I've done that on quite a few occasions. What's going on, James? Always count on a lively welcome from Mr. Landry. So I'll take this moment. Good, workers are actually going to work. That's great. Take this moment to thank some of our newer subs. We've also got 4 or 5 in there. So special thanks to you guys if you are watching. Always like to do that. Oh, I guarantee you were, Tractor Man. I just said he was livid. I've done that before. I've caught myself a few times. Let me see if I can get this guy squared away. I doubt I can. Let's see. Oh, yep. There we go. I've done it a few times where I've actually gone in and then hit square on the PlayStation and told it, hey, I want you to save it. And it just like the button didn't connect. And then I've gone and hit circle. And then it'll say, are you sure you want to leave the game without saving? So luckily that box has popped up and saved my butt a few times, because if you ever watch, typically, I mean, even in an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes even in a 3 or 4 hour stream, I won't save the game. I don't know why. I just don't. It's not I probably should. I just haven't. Just a little bit of a bad habit on my part. So it usually doesn't take getting busted by that once and you don't do it again. Yeah, James, I hopefully won't be any tractor tipping tonight. I feel a lot better. I had to leave a little disclaimer on my last Lawsburg map because it just, boy, that was an off night for me. So I had to tell people be very generous and be very very understanding with the dislike and the thumbs down button. But tonight's a much better night. I actually took a break completely from Farm Sim yesterday. Played some Steep. Just kind of chilled out, didn't really do much with it, so I actually feel pretty good today. It's easy, I think, sometimes to get a little bit burned out on Farm Sim. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully there won't be any tractor tipping tonight. I hope not. That would have been my last one at Lawsburg, so hopefully I have all that behind me. A little hottie in there on the case. Alright, let's see. This thing. One thing I've noticed, which I'm probably going to do this, if these guys will actually work here. Should, hopefully. Let's see, what do I got on there? Got soy. So let's put some canola down, because that one sells really good on this map. You play Steep? Yes, I play Steep. Love it. It's a great chill out game. I can't wait till they get some DLC going. I think the first expansion pack's due here in the next few weeks or so. I think they're releasing Alaska, which will be really cool. Yeah, man, 232. Ah, you watched the game. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the Clemson Bama game on. I assume that's what you're referring to, because that was the big, big game on last night. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm going to set some workers out on this thing, because I'm going to kind of see, and I'm going to kind of try to keep up best I can about what time some of this takes place and how long it takes, because I know this field could take me, with these two workers, could take me roughly a couple hours, because that's how much it took on my last stream, which I don't really want to spend this whole stream just working on this part. But so I've got four guys going now. I probably can cut this because I know I'm all out of this. I accidentally sold my my loading wagon, so I'm gonna have to buy another one of them. That was smart. Yeah, it was a good game. I don't really care for any of the team. I don't like Alabama. I don't like Clemson. I'm in North Carolina, so I don't really like South Carolina teams. Don't like the Gamecocks. Don't like Tar Heels, but I do like Duke. It's always been my team. I've always liked them. Yeah, Alright, let's see. This guy's probably got to be getting close to needing an empty. You're going to have to start charging your phone up, Tractor Man. The Badgers, nah, not really. I mean, if they were playing Carolina, I would like them. I'm anybody but Carolina. If they're playing Carolina, I'll cheer for them. Packers and Badgers. Typically, always. Now that's, I'm assuming, see, the Badgers, that's Wisconsin University. What's wrong with me? Nothing wrong with me. I just can't stand Carolina. Alright, so he's emptied off, so that's good. Let's see what these guys are doing. I know that also there was a just random thought here. It just hit me. There was also the new map that came out today called Islands. I looked through some of the pictures. I have not looked through any streaming on there. Have no idea whether that one is anticipated to come to console or not. I would be interested to know sometimes, or not know, but I would be interested to see if those every now and again come out. I don't know if they'll make it a console or not. I'd be interested to see. I think you know, I'm kind of with you. Carolina said something about American maps. I definitely think they definitely need to put a few in there, even if they don't have to be huge. You know, it always is assumed that American maps are just these huge, expansive fields. But I mean, I have a bunch of, and I live in a more rural area, even though we're closer to the city. We still have a lot of rural, you know, community farmers and subsistence farmers out here. And I mean, even the fields they're working, I mean, some of them are small. But then we have some decent operations in the area that aren't huge and expansive, and 70, 80, 100, 200 acre farms where they've got these big old huge expansive fields. They're still very much on a smaller scale. So I mean, I think even though the American styling really just goes, I think, in people think of American styling in like what the trees, what the landscape around the area looks like, what the hedges, all these cobblestone, you know, these cobblestone kind of dividers around all of the fields and everything. And you never see anything like that in America, which is fine if you had all that stuff. I mean, I think it just adds to the general feel you're trying to get out of the map. But I don't know. Y'all, you guys can check that Chesapeake Farms. As far as anything else, I think that's the only map that's even billing itself as an American style map. Um, okay, I'm just catching up on chat here. Famous bar foods in Wisconsin: pickled eggs. We have those in Carolina. Beer, obviously. We also have the pickled sausages, like the pickled weenies. We also have pickled pig's feet. That one I have tasted, and I will never put in my mouth again. I don't like pickled eggs either. It's disgusting. My dad would eat those by the whole. And then James, ever read the best shoplifting new blog today? Okay, I'm assuming there's a punchline because you're always the man with the joke in chat, so I'll be waiting for the punchline. Pickled eggs, just boiled eggs soaked to pickle brine. Yeah, but they're red. Hey, what's going on, Chuck? Good to see you, bud. Oh, pickled eggs are terrible. Yes, and that Dylan Roof kid got the death penalty. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of breaking news today. FTG bringing it to you at the top of the hour. Obama gives his farewell speech, which was actually really good. I did watch it. It was really good, especially when he talked about his family. That was nice to see that side from people that do hold such power, regardless of what you think of him. It was nice to see a real moment like that. It does go to show you that even people in power do have a very humanistic side to them. So we found that out. We watched that. It came on at 9, or at least my time, 9. We found out the Russians have a puppet in office. I mean, that was the other story that broke. And Dylan Roof got the death penalty. I was like, wow, what a day. And Carolina said, yes, I'm used to huge fields where I live because I'm in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you got the big, and I know I've flown a few times. I've flown to Idaho. Where's the other place? Yeah, I guess it was Idaho. Don't ask what I was doing in Idaho. But anyway, I do remember going over the Midwest, and even just the plains coming in like towards past Tennessee when things really start flattening out off the mountains. It was really kind of funny because I remember seeing all the square fields, and then when you go, it's weird, and I know why they're like this, but when you go over to like Arizona, any of those more southwest arid states, and you have nothing but like fields of circles of green. Which of course that's because that's the way that the water and the way that their irrigation systems run. But still, I thought it's funny. You get square fields over here, and you have nothing but circle fields over here. So y'all think these bent, y'all think these whatchamacallit, these fields, that aren't square. Like, how would you like to have it be all circles? It would be interesting. Maybe you could just try the front of your axle to a really nice strong cable and just throw the cruise control on. And you could just let it extend, every time you need to make a new pass. So Georgia woman was caught stuffing a pack of bacon between her legs and tried to run out of the store. Is that what you spend your free time reading, James? Oh man. Middle of the woods at the at the state fair. But if you go to the south, you get flat fields. Yes. Yeah. No, it is pretty flat down here. I mean, I live in the part before it really gets flat in North Carolina. So you got the mountains and then you got the beach, and I'm somewhere in the middle. And most of it's just general hills, but it's really pretty farmland up at least a few of the places that are somewhat similar close to me. There's some pretty areas out here. I would love to see just a good remake of those. I even think I sit here and joke about it. I think some of those farms out there in the Southwest, that would make for a freaking cool map. I mean, it would be aggravating to have to try to do a circle, but man, that would be the absolute ultimate change of scenery from what we've always had. Like Texas and FS15s. Yeah, I don't even know what you. Yeah. Well, I know there was Westbridge, if that's what you're associated. I'm on console, so I can't remember who all is PC guys and who are console guys. I think Tractor, your PC though. I think. I was catching up with chat here, and I saw Ryan's comment. He's calling you out, Chuck. Oh, I thought you got your PC and stopped watching the stream. You could never stop watching this stream, man. It's just it's a vital part of people's lives now. All right, so you own Xbox. You used to be on PC. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, mine's not either, Tractor Man. Um, my Mac basically could run Euro Truck on the minimal graphics, and then even though it still felt like I could cook an egg on the back of it, it even does run in the stream program, and it's pretty light. But yeah, processing video, man, whew, think it's hot. Um, but yeah, I've been giving serious thought to that. No hockey that you want to watch, so stream it is. Well, I'm glad to know that we were your last choice. That makes all of us here, including myself at FTG, very proud. Yeah. Yeah, well, Scott, I mean, that Mac, I do all of my pro work on Mac. So music, video, um, you know, anything of that nature, it really outperforms PC on so many fronts. But when it comes to gaming, the problem with it, Macs are just as fast. Macs can have enormous amount of speed, graphics, all these things in these wonderful packages. But the thing about Mac is that it's expensive. It's costly to do exactly what you can do on a PC. Now, there's a lot of things that you get with a Mac that you don't have to worry about. Um, but with all that being said, if you're going to use a computer for strictly gaming, um, to do it on Mac, you have to have a pretty sizable pocketbook. Or, since you can't upgrade the computer, you have to basically disgrade it and you have to buy a new one. If that's going to be your philosophy on it, then you just have to be prepared to buy a new one. If that's not going to be your thing, then PC would be the obvious way to go on that, because you could at least upgrade graphics cards as new things come out. That stuff, changes like I don't know, changes like milk in your fridge. It doesn't take it too long for it to go bad, and then you go out and you just purchase you a new gallon and stick it in the fridge and start drinking, and that lasts you another week. So I mean, you just can't do that with Mac. But if you were to buy comparable PC specs to Mac specs, you're going to be looking at a big price change, which is, that's why everyone's on PC. I mean, all this stuff on Farm Sim will work on Mac just to get the level of, because I'm running actually Euro Truck on my Mac, and I mean, it runs it on minimal settings great. It's just, it's old. It's like a 2012. So, it's just a lot harder to do the gaming on Macs. But if that being said, I mean, that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out if I want to go down that road, jump down that rabbit hole. Because there's so many more games I would like to play besides just Farm Sim on it. So, which I talk about frequently. So that's not a surprise. Yes, James, I do on Twitter. It's at Full Tilt, FULLTILLED. Um, and I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. Um, Trying to use it a little bit more, but mostly there's really not been any news stuff happening. So, when it comes to, I pretty much follow all the gaming stuff that interests me that I think apply to the channel itself. And unfortunately, right now in Farm Sim, there's just not really anything going on. All right, so that guy did the whole entire field and did actually a really good job with it. So that actually went much faster on that field. Let's see, what field do I want to go to next? At some point, I still got to get this corn out of here. Oh, I know 26 is done. We'll just right over here. Then I am going to actually, nope, I'm gonna. Oh no, that's all seed. Okay, I scared myself there. I thought, all right, that's all the cedar. It's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, or at least it should be. Make sure that it is. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, there it pops across right now. It's at Full Tilt. No, we're blocked by. Okay. Probably wouldn't have had that issue had I not had that header parked there. Gotta watch this little small one though. This little small trailer, man. This small tractor, he'll let this thing get out of hand. I would imagine the bigger one's got a little bit more control than this one does. This one's it's a little still spin around on a dime. Nah, you won't bug me on Twitter. I usually try to get back to anything if it's if it's a question, like if you just send me a picture and want to show me something, I usually won't. I mean, I always look at everything because I get all the notifications to my phone and everything. So hopefully some things will start busting with some DLC or some mods or something will pick up. I mean, I'm kind of waiting for the proverbial cat to be let out of the bag, but I still feel like we're still trying to find the litter box. I guess are we anxious to see what their general feel and findings for the FS franchise in regards to a mod hub? Are we anxious to see if this experiment that they're playing is something that winds up becoming a part of their business model? For future versions of this game. I mean, my assumption would be yes, that it would, but I don't know. It seems like there's a lot more headache than anyone had originally thought about, and maybe that's just because it needs more time. I don't know. Like I said, this is only my opinion on this. I mean, it's not anything that they've given me to write in stone. Yeah, Ryan. The turn radius, yeah. So those watching maybe later ones that don't have chat pulled up, love the turn radius on the Challengers. Hated them at first, but after all the plowing and sowing he's done, he's changed his mind. Yes, and this is the first time that I've had any of these. I actually, quite frankly, I've like, man, these little things are really cool, and they make for some really cool farm pictures because the farm Instagram, I forget what it's called, Farming Insta or something. They're all the time featuring these little Challenger tractors on there, and I'm like, I've not bought. All right, I'm gonna have to can him for a minute and finish this out. Um, they're always putting these tractors on there. I'm like, you know what? I was like, I have not yet once actually got these things out and done anything with them. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what these things are. Yeah, the turn radius is pretty good with this thing because it almost spin this thing around on a dime. This Amazon thing, it's huge. So yeah, when it comes to actually dealing with the big tractors, if you try to do that, there ain't no way it's going to do it. Yeah, and Scott said they'll probably tell us nothing till the day before. Yeah, I mean, I would assume DLC is something they're going to make money on. I mean, I don't understand why there's not a ton of hype already on it. I mean, and some people that generally, okay, well, dadgummit, man, my freaking seeds are empty. All right, man, this is the frustrating part about this particular field, or any fields at all, because all these seeders have pretty low grain tanks, and I do not allow the worker to buy them, mainly because the cost efficiency kind of goes out the door on that one. Like, you pay more for them to get their seed automatically, just the same way as you pay more for seed if you buy it out of the little grain tanks and stuff up there. It costs you more. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing to open up. And alright, so we'll do this and we'll back it up. There we go. I know that's cheap, but it is what it is. Because the fertilizer's only been filled up once. This will be the third field I've done with this machine, and I'm only fertilizer wise at 4340, and I started at 5,000. So to me, that's just that's crazy. Come on, get this last one. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's all I got. This is canola on this field is what I put down. Canola sells really good on this map, canola and soybeans. Unless you're wanting to, unless you're wanting to break into cows, then you obviously can, you can do one of the wheats or the barleys for bales, but that really, for me, is the only reason I'm going to do those. Two reasons that I always do canola and soy. Mainly because I don't have to, since I'm just really working on the management side of the farm. Like, I like to hire workers and keep everything running smoothly. Kind of the more stuff that's going on, the more I like it. Wow, they actually did all that field almost. That's pretty awesome. Well, maybe he updated the way the workers work on this, because, man, they cleaned just about this whole entire field off. They actually did a really good job. All right, Tractor Man. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, man. See you. I'll let's see. What's today? Today's. Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I will probably continue on with the new map here. I actually kind of digging it since I've got some equipment coming in and it's got some money going. So yeah, I'll continue this one. Yeah, see, we'll do this, and I think the only one I've got left, really, besides Cornfield, which I think is on 28. I'm gonna ride over and see what 29 and 30 look like, because I got something on them, but I don't think I've ever gone down there and actually looked at them. Yep, I hear James just sent me a picture of that big old ribeye he was talking about the other day in stream. Looks like a good cut too. Let's see, and how? Okay, yep, here we go. So I gotta cut a left out of here. And I believe this is also soybeans. I think I did quite a few soybeans because they were. Um, no crap, that's wheat. Dadgummit, I didn't want to do that in wheat. Jeez. I think that was one I actually forgot what I was doing. Instead of putting canola down, I put wheat accidentally. Hey, what's going on, James? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see, actually, what can I do? Let's do this way first and see if it does alright. If it does, then I'm going to grab a tractor and go pick up a new seeder so I can have a couple of things going. Helper G has not created. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Yeah, think about wheat, especially after it's been fertilized once, it will grow really, 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 really fast. And it will also require you to empty out your trailer all the time. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we are good, man. Hope you are. Just laying some more stuff down. Think we're laying some canola right now. I always have to do a double take when I lay canola down because I have to make sure it's not oilseed radish because those two are very similar. I really like this paint. I like this Viper job on this tractor. I like the Viper paint a lot more than I do the Python. I wish the bigger MT700 track series. I wish it had the. I guess it would be the 800. I wish the 800 series had the Viper skin on it and not the Python skin. Alright, so now I'm just going to go up and I'm going to hit the very top of this field right quick. I'm okay with the rest of it. It's not a big deal. Not enough to make a lift all this up because I know this whole little edge up here got messed up. The only thing I don't like about these, good thing about not having a cultivator inside of your seeder is that you can just roll right over this and it won't mess it up. That's about the only good thing. It'll just plant everything in the it'll just plant everything that they get thrown in there, so that's good. Oh, I don't know, but I'm not going to work. I hear you. I know some people wanting. Oh, okay. So, just give me a second here. Let me pull this up because this is worth saying on stream here. Let me dig it up. I actually discovered this randomly out of I believe it was the modding folder. Um, just give me just a second here. Nobody go anywhere. Okay, so there's two people. Is this it? Okay, nope. All right. There's one thread in here got a ton of crap put in. This is it. All right. So this was something I had put on stream a few days ago. Let me just turn that stuff off there for just a minute, and then I'm actually going to show you guys what I'm looking at on my screen. Um, I'm just trying to find the start of it. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, so there's been a lot of discussion, especially in the forums, over this one particular thing, a Flegel flatbed. Um, the one biggest thing about that has been how we didn't get that for console, and the general. Now, this is not confirmed from Giants, but one of the things that they had said that there was possibly a reason why was because that Giants got basically permission and copyright permission and contracted with Flegel to just do the log truck. So what a guy did on you guys probably saw it on there. They just took it and just did the normal, kind of the one over, and they took all the forks off and made it a flatbed with tension straps. Used the exact same tension straps that were in the game. So the other thing, that kind of came out of that was, well, why did we not get it? So I've been trying to keep up with this particular thread, and let me throw a screen capture up here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And turn the rest of the stuff off. There we go. So the big thing that they put on here was this. Now this is in the Flegel flatbed. This is in the Flegel flatbed things. This is an actual water tanker. So this is a cool thing. Now this guy is making this and making a bunch of attachments for this thing. He's got a few things, but he was thinking like a week till he could get it submitted to Giants and they would test a bunch of stuff. And he said this would probably be something that would come on later on. And I was just thinking about this because I was thinking someone else had asked me on this map where the water, storage was and all that other good stuff. So this guy's gonna make water trailers that are attachable, that are linkable. So if you want to do huge dairy farm stuff, yes, I can look and see if I can do that, Carolina. Um, so he's got this is a new thing that's coming in, and this is all kind of just this mod. I mean, the modder just kind of came in on this thing, so he's gonna have this is pretty cool. So you're gonna have a four wheel and then a four wheel versions of this that'll be linkable up to two. It looked like it's what he had said. So then there was also some discussion at the end of this thread as to whether or not he might be adding in some other stuff, and he's not really ruling it out. So I'm actually see if it pulls up on this. Side tippers, he's taking that side tippers could work well using existing Giants scripting. So he's looking at these things right here. You can kind of see them as we've got all these actually big, huge side tippers. That's very much a possibility because Giants already has the scripting in for them. So this is one thing. Yeah, and the only thing about this, The only thing, yeah, because these right here, this is one truck pulling one, two, three, four side tippers, um, all with their own four wheels, all with like this side attachment dolly. If you see how it works there. Now these are just guys throwing ideas out there. This is not what this guy's saying. Oh, I'm going to do this. But he basically said, give me some pictures, because it seems like he's really wanting to kind of possibly look into some of this really cool stuff that's not something that we normally see. So all right, so let me find. I might just have to do a search on it because it might not be the first thing on here. Let's just do a search and see what pulls up. Chess. I don't even know how to spell that. Chess Peak Farms. That's not right, but maybe it'll get me close. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to actually. Coldborough Park. Yep. Nope. 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 Aberdeen. Oh, here it is. Chesapeake Farms. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so this is his work in progress. So this is overlooking. This is what he says. This is overlooking 4 fields surrounding the main farm. So as you can see, it's kind of this random pull texture and random fields. Now this is just what's around the farm. He's got some custom objects and stuff in there. Yeah, so you can see what I'm seeing. Now this is just the area around the farm, at least what he's got in here so far. It's very basic. Trees are very basic. The lay of the land and terrain is very basic. I don't know if any of that is coming in. This is the actual pig and sheep complex, which actually is a different object from a different. I don't even know where that object comes from. I've never even seen it. Kind of a cheesy gas station. So, yeah. This is the one that's supposed to be American made. And I guess he's getting his. His inspiration. I'm not exactly sure. But, you guys can be the judge. I should go back to the first page and see if there's any more. I don't think there is. He didn't see. Okay, here, early stages picture. This is from FSUK. Yeah, so I've seen these. So this is your main farm area complex. So you can see things are just really flat. There's not a lot there. So that's that one. So, yeah, be the judge on that one. The Islands was the new one for today that got put out. Other thing is really cool that I actually kind of wishing that they pull out. The two things was the front loader from the case, which is actually the matching front loader for case. That would be really cool. And the T9 with smart tracks. I was like, yes, please, because I love the T9 by itself. So I would love to see smart tracks come into the game. That would be awesome. But I don't know if they will. We'll just have to see. Let's see. I am just gonna go ahead and speed it up till nighttime because I know it gets dark on stream. Does look like he has updated this map though. This obviously is. Chuck, I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. I wish I had I wish I had a good answer for you. Like, yeah, they said it was coming, but yeah, no, I have no idea. I'm not sure if anything besides Fictul or Fictenberg, however you say it. I know that one is planned, but there's been not an update on that as of yet. So, what we've got for right now in those little fence spots is all we got. Maybe something will come tomorrow. I mean, by Friday. I mean, I would assume that some things will start rolling out here in the next couple of days, and probably by Friday. I mean, they normally do. So, I mean, one could only assume that that's going to continue. Let's see, before I get too far, I am going to take Mario's advice and go ahead and save the game. He said his game had been crashing quite a bit on this map, so not exactly sure on what, but I definitely don't want it to crash on me after you do these fields. Now I was thinking too, DLC. Scott had alluded to it earlier. Just kind of wondered what my thought on DLC stuff was. They've got the Challenger name. They got everything with Agco, which I think. And don't quote me on this. People love to get on and troll me because I might say something, that's, oh, well, this company's this, or this is that, and this is that. And I'm like, I don't claim to know it all. Just trying my best here. But Agco's got Massey, Fent, and there's two other ones, Challenger, and I can't remember the third. I mean the fourth. There's a fourth one that they are kind of, I guess, the management of. If anybody knows Victimberg, whatever it is, what is it, Ryan? You put the Victolberg. I have no idea what it really is. Now I can't remember what I was talking about. Way to go, man. Way to go. Fichtelberg. Okay, Fichtelberg. And I don't even remember what I was saying, so maybe you can help me out there too. Oh no. Oh. Okay, now I can get there to the top end. Okay. Okay. Oh crap! I missed an area there, so he's only. I feel stupid now. Oh, so he's not actually doing the whole entire field. I was like, wow, he's going a long way. Yes, the Challenger. Thank you. All right, we'll just pretend that we slept in the night and we got our day started at 5 in the morning. I know that Challenger makes a lot of tractors as well, not just the tracked ones. I mean, they make a lot of regular tractors as well. Just standard stuff that's not specialized equipment like this. I would be interested to see if that's possibly something that is something on their radar for a DLC release, would be Challenger tractors, because that would be something that we don't have. I mean, we've got tons of Case, we've got tons of New Holland, obviously we've got JCB in there. JCB's got a lot of tractors in their arsenal that we don't have anywhere close access to, so I guess it may come down to what they've paid copyrights for. Don't really know. It was not a rant. It was not a rant. I try really hard to not rant too hard. It's just when Giant says stupid stuff that I typically have a problem with that, because it seems like that should be an easy thing. Like, some of this is common sense. You guys got to wake up. Alright, let's see. Now that he's done, that field is done, he's empty, and everything else is. Let's do some buying here. So, informative spewing. I will settle for informative spewing. I will. I'm just spewing all kind of information over here. That sounds legit. What is going on, Greg? Yeah, man. Well, we are doing well. Things are going a lot better on this one. The workers seem to work that field a whole heck of a lot better than the other ones did, so I can't complain. Let's see. I'll throw this way. Put it on the front. I am. Don't believe he's in chat. If he is, he can holler. I think his name was Greg as well. PC player. I am going to actually buy and stock up the Pronto 9. I'm gonna go grab that. I know I can just fast travel it back to the store, but it's not as fun as going and picking it up. Because I don't have anything else to do on those fields right yet. So he's still harvesting right away over there, so we'll be good for a few minutes, because I don't have any other equipment to do anything else. Alright, let's see, I need to go down that road. Still figuring out my road system. Wish there was a few more that weren't quite so just straight and ride forever and then hang a right, then ride forever and take a left. Um, no, I did not stream. I actually took last night off. I needed a break after that that terrible stream at Lostburg. I needed to take a break on that one. Just I think sometimes I get a little bit too. I think part of my problem with that one was I had done one stream already. I'd been pretty much on farm sim the whole entire day, and I think I was just literally cooked. I was just like, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing anymore. So I just took yesterday off, like completely. Played some other stuff. Played Steep. Enjoyed that. It's just a real chill game. And then came back today, and really haven't touched this today. So this was the first time getting back in on this one. So it actually feels pretty good. I actually feel a little bit fresh. Don't feel so quite so bogged down. Let's see, and then yep, hang it right. All right, so the water trailer was under. If you go to modding and media, there's about there's an 11-page thread on there, and it's under the Flegel trailer, Flegel flatbed, I believe is what it's labeled under. I can actually look at it really quick here. Let's see. Um, yeah, it's under that. Yeah, that's what it's under. Yep. Yeah, and it looks like he's done a really good job with it. We got that. We've also got the guy still working on. He's still working on that other trailer, the flatbed, kind of the material handling. There's also in that modding and media. There's a material handling something or another. Can't exactly remember what he says, but he's been working on getting a lot of that stuff kind of console ready for us as well. So that's going to be a really nice addition. I can pull it up, really quickly too, because it's right on the front. Well, I guess I'd say the front page. Just pull it up here, and I will switch it over, and you guys can see what I'm seeing here. Mods. Nope. Need to go forums. And modding and media. Yes, that's what it's called. It's called Flegel Flatbed. Alright, so then the other one is and here I am going to pull this up here on this for you guys to see. So here's what we're seeing here on the material handling pack. Now this is something that if you're not catching up on forums, sorry guys, I need to actually make it live for you. There we go. So this is something that has been in the works. I think this is a new thread, but he had actually kind of done this back in November before Thanksgiving. So this has gotten a lot of play. A lot of guys are really excited about this one because of some of the stuff. Now this is right here. This is his rendered in 3D in Blender, or whatever he's working in right now. To be able to actually house a trailer with a load-in ramp for skid steers. This could do anything, small tractors, whatever, and all has tension belts. So he said that instead of doing placeable ramps, he wants to actually have those ramps be able to be folded up and actually used in animations that were acceptable on console. So he's actually put all this stuff together, and people have just been ranting and raving about it. And I think I think it's one of these last pages here. He's got some other. He's actually working on this. This is funny. This thing is something that he's putting in. It's going to be a part of the pack. I know it sounds stupid, but this little thing supposedly is supposed to go back and forth, sideways and forward and backwards. Yep, here we go. So this is a collection of some things he's been testing, which I thought was really cool. Because you can actually, now these aren't, they'll all be color coded, so you can pick the colors on all this stuff. But you can see in the middle he's got flat bed. Now these things on the outside are supposed to be water tanks. So you'll be able to have water tanks. You'll have pullable small load trailers, big load trailers. As you can see with the ramps, actually you can put wheel loaders on them, and this will all be hookable to the main Twin Star. He said that MAN trucks would not give them the okay for this because they did not give Console, or did not give Giants their actual stuff on this. So, or at least the copy, not the copyright, but the branding for it. They didn't. That's not something they were going to allow them to have. Even though MAN makes trucks like this, they didn't have that as a part of an agreement. So this Twin Star was a Lizard from begin with. So he said for Console, everything that we have is going to be based off of that little Lizard Twin Star tractor, which is actually kind of cool. That's one of my favorite ones just because it's different. So we'll have all kind of different attachments that are going to come as a part of this pack. So I mean, you think of something like the IT Runner. This is going to be almost identical to that type of a feel. So it's going to be a lot of cool attachments for that thing. There are a lot of people really looking forward to that one because it's definitely different than anything we've had, and it's going to be extremely usable. So I think, in the mods category, I think there's a lot of things that are happening, that are coming down. I'm not sure what that comment's supposed to mean, Felix. But if you ain't got nothing, to say, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why people come in chats and do that. It's ridiculous. But there's a lot of things going on mod wise in here that I think it's definitely gonna be cool. I think it's that kind of proverbial give it time and things are happening. I think it is. The one hard thing is we're thinking all this stuff should really already be in place, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been, but you know I would have liked to have seen Giants maybe get ahead of the ball and get some developers and get some mods interested, and then help them really get it. Now they've started with the maps, and they're starting to do that with some of the vehicle stuff going into the mods, which this guy's gotten a lot of help and some extra points and tips from them, kind of helping to get it to console, because he's really kind of going above and beyond his call as a modder. The PC could have already had his thing. But he's definitely, so make sure that if you're on the forums and these guys do some of these really cool stuff, make sure you throw some hats off to them and tell them how much that's appreciated, because I know Oxygen David and Bullet Bill both were very disappointed at how harsh the comments on their maps came, and predominantly from console guys, which was a little disheartening. I wouldn't have liked to have seen that at all, but that kind of came through on the forums up there, where they really were, I guess you could say their hurt feelings over that. But there was evidently some pretty rough things that were said in relation to their map, and how people didn't like them, or didn't think they thought it was stupid, or there was stuff that was not fixed that should have been fixed. I mean, you know how people can be on some of that stuff, and they were pretty hard on them, as if they were getting paid bukus of money to develop maps. And so anyway, so yeah, always, especially when guys do really good stuff, give credit where it's due. I mean, those guys literally are doing it for chump change. I mean, the Giants is not breaking off any big proverbial piece of the pie for them at all. I wouldn't do it. I can tell you that right now. I would not do all this work for a map to give it to a bunch of people that were going to whine and cry about it for free. I can assure you of that. So we'll fill up here. It's going to be a little more expensive, but I don't feel like going and getting a bunch of pallets. Okay, here's the funny thing. I mean, that's, you really can't. Well, you can do it. You can get the Flegel load loader. I'll show you which one here. You can get this one. And you can actually pull the back of your things up to it, and you can actually make it fall right over the back side of the fence, and then drive your tractor right over the fence. If you wanted to, it's a little depending on. I know what you're talking about. You're just talking about the ramp that would actually allow you to drive right over without having to go through the gates. But the new, at least the mod, the new mod that he put in here, the update, actually deals with that a little bit, at least on this map, because you only have usually one entry and exit point. So I know now he said that you have multiple entries, or at least a lot of the fields that are the bigger ones, you have an options at the end of the field to get out of them, so that we wouldn't get stuck in fields. And that was something he put in there. What's going on, Ashley? Glad you made the stream. That's okay. I'm gonna try this sucker out. Now this thing's gonna cultivate, seed, and fertilize all in the one pass. So I think this tractor will pull it just fine. Yeah, I think it's doing it. Yep, I thought the same thing, Greg. I tell you, man, more power to you if you do. I can tell you this, man. It's just me. Even if I'm on the PC realm, I wouldn't do a map. You couldn't pay me enough money right now to do it. Might be a little different on PC, but especially trying to make a map come to console, man. Because I don't know what it is. I know part of it's just, console guys are a little upset at because I get it. I think console guys were told in one way, hey, you're going to have access to all this great stuff, and then when everyone bought the game, they were like, well, kinda, and then everyone's ticked off about it, so they only take it out on the people that are available, and unfortunately that's modders, because Giants is completely hush-hush. They don't do nothing. They're not in the forums. They don't answer nothing. They don't do nothing. There's not even moderators anymore in the forums, and it's their own forums. I'm like, how do y'all get away with this? But unfortunately, the modders are the ones catching the flack for a lot of the stuff that's in there. And it's being tested. Part of the problem is this, which is the one thing I was trying to do with Oxygen David. I was trying to let FTG become some type of a console first look channel for any of the new maps coming out, that we could do first look and testing and like extensive testing on console, because that's typically where all the problems lie, is on the console side, because anyone that tests it are on PC. So that's just one of those that's one of those hard parts about it, that it's hard to do anything like that. So because they're not, Sony's got to allow us or me or whoever to get special copies of this, which is not just necessarily they're gonna allow that to happen. So kind of frustrating, but I guess that's just how it is. I don't like it that way. I would much rather like to be a preview partner with some guys like that are really doing good stuff and do good work. I think that would be really awesome. Oh crap, you know what? Dang, I did not want to put wheat down on this. I wanted to go back and do it all again. And Ash wins multiplayer going to happen again. Well, I've done some multiplayer. I've done some with Chuck. He's been and done some multiplayer with me. I guess really, I do it whenever. I don't necessarily have a set schedule of when we're doing it. My multiplayer map's probably going to be this one. I really actually like this map. This will be perfect for doing that. And I guess the only thing really on this map that I'm really wanting to do, it's hard to do Coldborough and some of the other ones, because what typically winds up happening, I figured this out with Chuck, what happens is I wind up doing work on a particular side of the farm, and he does work, but he's never really featured in the stream. He's just there working in the background, and some people might not have a problem with that, but it doesn't from my perspective. I'm like, I hate asking people to do that, because you work for free. You don't get paid nothing for it. I can't give you nothing for it. So that's kind of a little bit of a bummer, to say the least. But yes, I'm still actually working on that. Probably when this map would get a little bit more money in the coffers, because I actually modded some money into this map, so I would actually be sitting in a little bit better position than what you start off with. So I guess one of my big things was trying not to completely ruin the map by modding too much into it, money-wise. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, if you're still interested in it, just make sure. I'm pretty sure I've got you. That name sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. So I'm sure I've still got you on list. I've still got my list going to guys that were interested in doing that. Because I mean, I still haven't forgotten about that. All right, I'm gonna have to pull a boundary around this so I can actually turn around. It's right there's your. It's already better to have the the Challenger on this one. Started forestry. Yeah. I actually kind of gave some thought to starting forestry. I mean, there's two areas on here. I probably still like Lawsburg. I mean, there's still a part of me that wants to maybe do some logging on that. I kind of miss it. I just wish they would update it. But that'll get me on a second rant of the evening. I don't really want to get into that because that'll really get me going. You know, forestry's buggy. It has been since the release. They've not done anything to help alleviate some of the issues. Maybe some DLC will come out. I highly doubt it, since they're not really doing much to the actual physics of the trees anyway. I don't know. I get a little bit disappointed at that one. That's originally what got me into this game. It wasn't the farming and the animals. I enjoy the animals. I say it all the time. I do the harvesting. Yeah, this map's a little different because I'm needing the money for everything else. But I enjoy, once I get animals going, just harvesting for the animals. Harvesting bales, cutting grass for the animals. Not really getting into the ins and outs of doing all the crops and all the corn and all that stuff just to be a huge corn farmer. Like, that doesn't really appeal to me. But the logging side really did, and I would actually used to in 15. I would do the logging just to provide me the content to be able to continue and do the farm stuff. It's just kind of a shame on 17 that that's really not it's not really an option anymore, which is a shame. Chuck, he hides me in the corners and doesn't let the public see me. Yeah, no. You know that's not right. Yeah, no, the Waddy trailer looks good, man. It really does. It's kind of sad because it's in the Flegel flatbed things. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the Who at Giants is not on the ball. Like, this is really something that's cool. Like, make this, make it its own little topic and stuff. Like, move us out of this so that, people can actually see this thing. Alright, I'm taking a stab in the dark here. I'm probably going to have an overlap here. I'm going to have to refer back to my trusty map. Nah, I know, man. I know. Mario with the slam dunk in the fourth quarter. Oh, so that's really maybe watching later. Maybe I'm trying to think which stream that was. I had to go back and reference that stream. Maybe put it in the info or something. But it was one of my Coldborough Park ones when Chuck joined me, and it took him forever to stack some fails in there. So Mario just busted him. Chuck said, I'm just messing. I like to join the streams. Doesn't matter what I do. And Mario says, yes, he eyes you because you can't stack the bales. It did take you a while to stack those bales, Chuck. But seriously, though. Bale busting this early, brutal. I do have an idea that I have to give credit to Mario for a new T-shirt. It's actually the catchphrase is his idea. He put it together. So if it goes, I'm gonna have to put like MZ, copyright MZ, or TM, trademark MZ. It's pretty good. So t-shirts happen, which I'm wanting them to. Uh, if the t-shirt designs happen, then that's gonna be pretty cool. Y'all enjoy that. I won't leak it out quite yet. Between the bales and the wool pallets, is having 2 rough nights. Yeah. Yeah, no, that yeah, you struggled on that wool pallet too, because that thing got hung up and glitched on the end of your bale there on your bale spike, which you gotta love, by the way. All right, see if I can maybe do this one last pass down here. See if I can. I think 2 laps is gonna be my limit, and then I'm gonna see if I can. Let's do this, because this can tell me. Ah, see, yep, I've got a little strip of wheat down there, and I'm trying to put down canola, so I have to see if I can erase that. Yeah, and a Chuck can drive the fool out of a harvester. I'll give him that. All right, let's see. I believe it's this right here. This should take care of my wheat problem. Let's double check. Yep, got one little spot in there, but that's okay. I'm not going to go back and chase that down. Then I'm going to let him work, and so I've been thinking, and I'm open for suggestions on this. So I've got 2 things that I got to do. One of those is I've got to buy some more sheep because they're just not producing enough wool. So I've got 193, and I was looking here. I've actually got some canola, and I've got soy, which I'm actually thinking about taking the rest of that soy out because that's selling at 2,000 and it's still going up. So actually, that's what I'm gonna do. And I've actually got a lot of wheat. I got 50,000 of that, and Highland Grains is actually selling. So you'll notice if you haven't broken into this Aberdeenshire map yet, you'll notice everything. Okay, wool is going down at 9,300. All the prices, including bale prices, manure prices, everything is up on this map. Silage is up on this map, so if you wanted to go do the silage, I mean, it's selling right now at 827. I've never seen it on any of the other maps higher than like 400 and some. So you're almost double the price on silage. Wool is good 2,000 more. So all this has been adjusted, and I think that's to quickly get you into the upper echelon of equipment to have for your farm. So I got 2 things I got to buy, and I'm open for suggestions. One of those I kind of wanted to buy an animal trailer, match the truck, so I could transport animals back and forth. Because usually I just run over there, I just fast travel them basically right into the pen, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but you know, it adds to. The other thing is a loading wagon. So I've got 193 grand, so I guess I actually theoretically could do both. So I guess I don't really need y'all's input on that anyway. Whatever. Don't really matter. Y'all can put your 2 cents in if you want to. I do like how big this field is and that the sheep all roam around in this field. I wish there were more of them, but I know we're limited to that on PS4 just for the backs and the ins and outs and the backs and forth. If anybody's wondering where you get your water from, voila. Warning, not drinking water. That's where you get it. Back it up to that. You can fill it up if you didn't know. If you did, kudos to you, because I actually did not know. Someone had to tell me that. I believe, I can't remember who. Maybe it was Mario. Maybe you did it. Oh, okay, Mario. You're actually getting out. See you, buddy. Loading wagon first. Alright, so I'll get the loading wagon. Grass you can't fast travel, animals you can. Yeah, I know. Oh, grass you can't fast travel, animals. Alright. Alright, so let me get him emptied out here. And I'll go pick one up. Probably just go grab the big one, because I think now in Coldborough I'd actually done yeah, in Coldborough I'd actually done silage bales. I am not going to do bales on this one. I'm gonna make silage there at the cow pit and try to have a few more cows, and there's no way I can do silage bales there. That's not going to work. So I'll probably back up and go a different route here on this farm, just because it's going to be a little bit more. I'll probably do square bales as well. I'm not going to do round bales like with grass. I'm not going to do them on that. I'm not going to do wheat or barley bales, or straw bales, I should say. I'm not going to do that now. I may make some round ones and stack those for the bedding straw. I do actually like those for that. But just to kind of keep the implement usage and the tool usage at the ends there, I'll probably just leave it as is for this map and just do all square minus the other ones. I think that'll be good for me. Well, who was blocked? Okay. The auger on that combine always looks weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. And the thing the thing that also gets me about this harvester is it looks ridiculously fat and stubby for this. If you look at the other ones, they have more of a very much more of a a sleek, streamlined kind of body on them. And to me, that this particular thing does not look like it did in 15. Now, maybe just be crazy, but the pipe on this is like an extra 5 or 6 foot longer than the 1090. So it's kind of funny, because I mean both of them have access to a 45-foot header, but the New Holland harvester, the pipe is like a whole length shorter than that. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not made to scale. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like it's really kind of, I don't know. There's just a little Lego block just rolling through the field, and maybe one of them was not done right. Maybe 15's was kind of funny looking, but yeah, this definitely does not look like it did in 15. So yeah, it's kind of funny looking, but I kind of like it just because these tires match the Case Magnum tires, which I know that sounds stupid, but that's just kind of how I do things. Alright, so let's go, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the big loading wagon just because I can and I want to, and I've got plenty of croppage in there to make money back. I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the big one. And actually, let's just make sure, because that's still up there. So I'm going to go ahead and sell off my soybeans. I'll finish them off. Let's see, wait a minute. Before I do that, what is... okay, no, that's wheat. Alright. There we go. Let's put soybeans in there. All three of those comments are good, so I'm actually going to read those out. James, awkward moment when using the toilet and checking your Facebook page. Then you realize Facebook Live is on and everyone is watching you use the toilet. That's gotta suck. In other news from Ryan Schleicher, case is under investigation for steroid abuse. That's aka my last synopsis on the body style of the Case harvester. And James, ha 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 ha. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Alright, so we are going to A&M Group Grains, which is in the shop area. I feel like the tractors are super duper quiet. And they are, because they're at 20%. They needed to be. Alright. Oh, much better. Now I can actually hear them. Let me know if they're too loud. I don't think they are, but just in case they are, let me know. This is probably by far my favorite thing to do on the maps now. Is drive the semis. So I guess if you wanted to, and this is just an idea, it's just something. Is he? Oh man, he's already full again. All right, let me empty this out right quick before I go. So I actually messed this up. Now this is just something you could do. If you wanted to take these fields and you didn't want to work whole fields of certain things, you wanted to still kind of keep it on a little bit smaller scale and not keep up 6 or 7 fields. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, especially if you don't have you know, a lot in the beginning equipment. It's kind of a big undertaking. You could separate it. I accidentally did this one, but basically I have this one little strip in the middle. You could use a roller to split the field. If you could also do a cultivator. So as soon as you get done seeding, just send the cultivator right down the middle of the field, and he'll perfectly split it down the middle. And then you'll have a divider, and you could run both crops on both sides. So if you wanted to run canola on one and soy on the other, and you just didn't want to do you know, a 15-acre farm of that, then you definitely could do that. It makes it a little bit more manageable if you don't like doing this whole entire huge field. Just an idea out there. Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's hey, what's going on, Tad? Well, good. I'm glad it's first time watching. I hope it's everything you ever wanted it to be. I thought about doing an auger wagon on here, because I know it typically it would always be the faster option. You know, obviously we still have grain storage on site, but I know it's a faster option because I know even the smaller, even more community farmers around here, part of the, you know, part of that, like that Carolina voluntary, forget what they call it, county deal. Um, I know even when you start dealing with some of those guys, even they do, the smaller ones have the bigger trucks, and some of them have semis, some of them have smaller, but much larger grain carts and stuff. That they'll still run augers, even smaller auger wagons out there with smaller tractors to go grab some of the stuff. That might be something else that I do now. That'll give me something else to do. Ooh, I bet took the front end of my truck off. Yeah, smartphone with Google. A couple. No, I don't want to watch your Facebook. That's good. Yeah, Ryan will show up to work. Ryan will show up to work, and they'll plug his phone in, and they'll say, Ryan, can you step in here? We need to have a little discussion about your work phone. We noticed yesterday there was some suspicious activity on your phone. Seems to be that you like to watch guys poop on the toilet. Oh, helper C, of course his seeding tank is empty. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, so here's our A&M group grains, and we're going to drop off our load of soy. We're going to see how much this brings us. I would bet it'll somewhere around 100. I'm not quite a full trailer, so we'll see. They're going to be maybe 60 grand, maybe? Ah, 78, nice. Now it's kind of funny you say that you haven't seen anyone else do it. Like, I remember when they first started doing the hype videos for FS17. And by the way, let me set my comment. Team might watching later. Greg actually works neither on a farm and actually does it in real life. I believe. I think you do. I know Tractor Man does it. I'm pretty sure you do too. It as well. And Greg said that they basically put their semis right up on the edge of the field and just run auger wagons over their semis, because effectively they're probably saving a ton on diesel fuel cost, because they're not having to run all the way back to the silo to dump grains off, much less driving their tractors all the way over there to unload the grains out of the silos. So he said that they typically do that. So and Chuck says he uses the Homer tractor with the auger wagon attachment and then the auger wagon behind it. So I'm actually trying to visualize that. No, I have not, James, seen the college play of the year. Use the Homer tractor. Okay, so you're talking about that's the one that's the smaller one that has all the attachments on it with the auger wagon. Okay, yeah. Then add the auger wagon behind it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you actually put the little attachment on top of the actual Homer tractor, and then you attach another auger wagon behind it. So, yeah, that probably gives you close to, well, I guess depending on which auger wagon, I mean, that can get you close up to 70 or 80,000 storage on that, wouldn't it? I think that one's about 30 some, and I'm not sure what the big one is. It actually might be more than that. I actually like that little Homer tractor. It's expensive. Shoot. Dadgummit. I missed my turn. I was sitting there looking at chat trying to keep up. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that on Facebook. Alright, guys, so as we nonchalantly take a glorious tour of the cowshed, which, was all part of my master plan. There it is. Enjoy. And here we go. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. Alright, I missed it somewhere up here. I missed my right turn. That's what I missed. So I guess two things come. I guess from now that I'm looking at the seeders, one of my big things on the seeders has been whether or not to use cultivator in Amazon. Amazon only gives you 3,000 capacity on seeds, but it also gives you like 5,000 on the fertilizer. The Pronto DC9 gives you 5,000 total. I think it gives you 2,000 seeds and 3,000 for fertilizer. I'm sure that sounded nasty. Sorry, couldn't help that one. So it's I don't really. We'll see how much of this field he's done, but it looks like the other one has already run out. Which, if you can control the prices of everything in the fields, if you can control growth rates and everything else in this field, then I am assuming that he is controlling the rate at which the seeds are used in the tools. That's all I can think of, because I know I've used some of this stuff a long time seeding fields before on other maps, and I've not run out of seed. Not really. I mean, maybe every now and again I have. Let's see, I actually may sell something else off here while I'm at it. So the soy is gone. Alright, yes, I'm going to go ahead and grab the wheat while I'm at it. Because that one just about filled my trailer up. Yep. So I'm kind of curious whether or not he's, back to my original thought there, I'm not sure whether or not he's controlled the rate at which our seeds are used on this, since he has put the actual seed pods everywhere. You got seed stuff at the cows, you've got them, I don't think you have them at the sheep. Yes, you actually do. You have a little fuel depot at the sheep. You have everything. You have water at the sheep, which does not cost you, which is a good thing. You have everything still at the pigs, and then you have your fertilizer, and you have your fertilizer, and you have the seeds, all at different aspects, different parts of the map. So it's very possible that he's controlled the rate at which you use that on the fields, because I know some of these fields I will fill them up 2 and 3 times, which is almost impossible. So let's make sure we go to the right place. Highland Grains, and that is, okay, that's up by biogas. Cool. I actually like that area. It's really cool up there. So I don't know. I may have to do some. I don't know if there's any research I can do on that. I might post a thing and see if anybody's done a test on that. Because you know, essentially, if you did the same area, I can remember doing Goldcrest, and I don't ever remember really having to fill those suckers up much. So I would almost venture to say it's something just to bring a little extra realism. I wouldn't think you'd be able to do the size of these fields with one sitting and one. You're using one seeder doing the whole entire field. I just wouldn't think that would actually be, feasible, realistically. So is the 10 times, so Chuck says you see 10 times faster on this map than you do on Cold Bear Park. Now, is that verified, or is that just figuratively speaking, you use it 10 times faster than you do on Cold Barrel? Because I feel the same exact way. I feel like I can use seed, whether it's corn seed or whether it's any of the other seed on Goldcrest, Chellington. You can do a whole field in Chellington, maybe 2 fields on Chellington before ever having to fill up with seed. And Chellington fields are big, probably as big as some of these. Some of them are. Oh, it just seems like you do. Yeah. Well, I would think there's maybe some legitimacy to that. I may have to post something on the forums and see if anybody else has noticed that. Because if it is, I won't say that it's an unwelcome. It's kind of nice to know, because it sure does feel like I have to do it and sell it a lot. I mean, I have to buy a lot of seed. So if anybody's not played the map and has not checked out any of the first look stuff, here is your really awesome storage area, and to the right there you see we've got your log sell point there. It's just a sell point. There's no cranes, there's no fancy gizmos over there, and you've got 2 things over here on the far end down there. You've got storage, so you pay that just like you do storage. It's just like another silo. I think it gives you an extra 400,000 liters. I think, don't completely quote me on that. It neither gives you 400,000 or it extends your storage to 400,000. And then this is your sell point. And this sell point takes everything except manure and slurry. And then that storage actually charges you a price. So you actually get charged in your main sheets, that you see, your financial sheets. You actually get charged for storing stuff in there, just like you would at Goldcrest, when you would actually store stuff in those train depots. Same idea. Yeah, I was saying the same thing, Chuck. He said he could plant 14, 15, 16, and 17 on Cold Barrel Park and just have just enough seed. And yeah, Greg, that was sexual harassment. Yeah. Nate said, "Does the FERT work there now?" I assume you mean fertilizer on Chellington, since that's what I was. I think that's what I was talking about. If you're asking if it works on Chellington, the answer is no, because we still do not have an update for Chellington. As far as I know, I don't think anyone's gotten it. I don't think we've not gotten an update for Cold Barrel Park Farm either. Now, the fertilizer and the seeds all work on this map, but they do not work on the other ones. which kind of stinks, especially on now. Chillington's got the main. I said, wait a minute, no, Chillington does work. Chillington has the main area right there on the farm. Now, I think the fertilizer liquid and for the sprayer and the solids and the seeds, they all work. It was the other that did not. Wait a minute, did I do it again? Oh my god, really? Man, sorry guys. Alright, we'll spin around. Oh, the fertilizer pallet. No, the fertilizer pallets at Highland. Oh, you know what? Now that I don't know. I usually just buy my seed right here at the farm. I obviously know everything works here at the farm. I can actually test that out because we're fixing to have to fill up the Pronto, so I will run it up there and we'll test it out. Because this was an update, so we'll see if it works in the update. I know. Well, I was trying not to, since I had my little image carousel going between the logo and the subscribe logo, I was trying not to leave my map up so it doesn't, you know, pile it all in the center of the circle there, the center of the square. Yeah, James, typically, you know, laptops can be, they usually sacrifice on performance unless you're going to buy one of the big, huge Mama Jama laptops, which they make them. But to get to get the same performance out of a gaming laptop that you get out of a PC, you gotta shell some money. But not say that they're not. But yeah, for the money, typically they usually are a little bit cheaper to come by. It's always a little bit. Plus, you get the built-in monitor. Even if you're going to buy a desktop, it typically, if you're buying actual true gaming PC, it comes with a mouse and keyboard and the actual tower and everything else you're responsible for. So, I feel like I just took the long way. Alright, so let's go check this other thing out. I'm going to pull it with this truck just because this truck's going to pull it a lot faster. Got a long way to go. Oh, wow. The truck didn't get full at all. Alright, so we'll go up and see if the fertilizer pallets work. Now, I'm assuming this thing will have... Yeah. Whoops. Can't throw that off there. Let's see. Yep, so we can test that out. So we're 1,000 short, so we'll see if it actually, if it's up and running and working. Actually, I don't know if this will pull it or not. Yeah, I think it will. Forgot that thing's got that weird hookup in the middle. It's not like a tipper trailer hookup. That's alright, this thing will do a fine job. Yeah, I think Ryan's probably about right on that. If you're talking just right off the cuff, yeah, there's some pros and there's always going to be pros and cons to everything when it comes to relatable when it comes to the difference in the equipment that's available, depending on what you're interested in. The biggest thing is going to be what's going to fit for you price wise. And then like he said, and if anybody's watching later on. James said he just talked to his geek friend about laptops, and they were. He said he just thought that the laptops were a better deal for the money, which in some cases they are. And Ryan just pointed out that one of the bigger gaming pros for the desktop is that it's upgradable graphics, and really, desktop is upgradable everything. If it's running hot, you can upgrade your cooling system in there. You can have bigger fans. You can buy liquid cooled. You can buy, even air conditioners for computers. I mean, it's ridiculous what you can buy now for computer upgrades and graphics. And whether you're talking motherboards, you're talking processing, hard drives, solid state drives, RAM, memory usage. I mean, any of that stuff. It's all completely take it out. as long as you know what you're doing and can actually get the software and everything in there. I mean, everything's upgradable. So some people, that just becomes a big, huge hobby for them. The laptops are a little more, they're a little more solid. They don't really don't do too much upgrades on graphics unless you have something that goes wrong, and that's warranted by a company and actually worked on and replaced and that kind of stuff. And you might be able to find some things, but typically with laptops, typically with, and this goes for both. I mean, when they put those graphic cards, there's so much attention to detail to the size. Towers, as long as it fits, it ships type, that postal worker attitude. If it fits, it ships. So if you can actually squeeze it in there, then it's fine. I mean, even if you have to leave the ribbon connector hanging out into the floor, it'll still work. Laptop, not necessarily the same way. If you go run out and put a laptop on there and try to put in a graphics card and it's a bigger one and it doesn't fit in the casing, then you got a problem. So that's just, there's pros and cons to everything. Everything's got a good side and it's also got a bad side. So let's see. So Nate wanted to know whether or not the FERT pallets out here worked, and I'm actually searching for them because I do not know where they're at up here. And if anybody else knows, I guess this might be it right here. Alright, so it obviously opens up. Let's see if the seed pallet works. Well, I would say evidently not, because it's not letting me pull it anywhere. There it goes. Alright, so seeds work. And I'm just going to go on a... Alright, come on. Are you going to fill all the way up now? Alright, let's pull back on it and see if it allows me to... Alright, so it only let me fill that up once. That was interesting. I'm not... Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I'm looking at fertilizer. Alright, so fertilizer, what I'm thinking here... Whoa. Oh, man. Is it seriously doing this? Oh, no. My game's going to crash. Oh, my God. Yep. Oh my God, I'm so ticked. Mario, if you're watching, buddy, I will never... Oh, man. Oh, well. I guess this is it for me tonight, guys. Because I am going to rage quit. Evidently, I'll have to redo all that because I have not saved since I started. So... It's been nice knowing you. I'll be streaming something else tomorrow night. I'm not sure what happened, and I don't think that was... Maybe that's what he was talking about. Maybe there's something wrong over there that's causing this to happen. Yep. So evidently seeds worked, but fertilizer did not. And it's still draining my bank account. My bank account... was at 190 sub. It's still buying seeds. Bang head on desk, bang head on desk, bang head on desk. Wish there was an emoji for that. Yeah, I know, right? So anyway, I will use this. It's alright, it happens. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of this game for right now. Okay, I'll just use this for my outro. It's not going to clear up. It's not going to let me save it now. It's in its glitched form, so I can't do anything in the game now. This has happened to me on the vanilla maps. This is something that's part of the game, not necessarily a part of this map, because I have run into this issue at all the other ones as well. Oh, now I'm in the negatives, so that's great. Oh my God. Yeah, it's fine, Nate. It's not your fault, man. If I'll put it to you this way: if that was proven to someone else that something else with this map is not right. I mean, I'm literally jumping like halfway across the map when I barely move. All right, so here's the very bottom right corner, and then like 3 or 4 seconds, I'll be all the way at the top right. Yeah. So here's the top right corner. So I don't know what it's doing, but yeah, it sucks. But it's okay. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I will just use this to be a clean break for tonight's. I will at some point get the farm right back to where it was sometime tomorrow. So I'm probably going to continue on this map. The more I get into it, the more I'm actually liking it. So I will get all my stuff squared away. That's bad. I hate that. But anyway, I appreciate you guys jumping in. If any of you guys have not, if you want to follow on Twitch, I always say this. I have not started Twitch completely. I know I can stream to Twitch, and then it will let the YouTube guys know. I don't know necessarily I want to do that. I always say the YouTube community is kind of coalesced around here, so if please subscribe, like some of the videos. You see stuff that you like, throw a thumbs up, because I'll continue to try to put that that kind of content back out into the community itself. If you're on PS4, we do have an online community. It's Full Tilt Farming. You can find it on the community list underneath the drop-down menu there at Farm Sim 17. The Twitter handle is at Full Tilt. I'll run some of this stuff across there. There's the Twitch Full Tilt Gaming. YouTube is the exact same. That's pretty much it for tonight. This is going to be a good place for me to do it. I'm $500,000 in debt already, so this will be good that it doesn't save. And then I will just pick it up tomorrow at our normal time. Probably going to be 10:30, 11 tomorrow as well. So I hope I see some of you guys out then. Good night to you guys. It's always great. I love doing this. It's fun when you guys are on. If any of the new guys, and we've got some, I'll go ahead and throw them out here. Got some new guys: Star Wars Battlefront Beast, Mark Schultz, and you guys are all new. Then the first one here, Mr. Darkness of Love. Wow, that's a intense name there. And then Summer, whatever that is, Samorphous. Okay. So thank you guys for new subs. I will be on tomorrow, like I said, and we will just continue with Lawfolds there. And then we'll actually work on animals, and I'll have all this stuff basically at the same point. And I will be sure to save my game at least every couple of passes on the field next time. I will not make this mistake again. I was warned by Mario not to do that, and I did it anyway, and now I regret it. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow night. Thanks.